Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jay from JSFILMZ. In this video, we're going to be comparing Kling 3.0, which is currently probably the best model out there publicly available, versus Seedance 2.0. Our first test that we're going to be taking a look at is prop transferring, meaning a person is going to hand something to another person. So let's take a look.
Thanks, I needed this.
Thanks, I needed this.
This is also Kling.
Should I find mine? Morning. Thanks, I needed this.
Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Seedance.
Thanks, I needed this.
All right, so as far as prop transfers, I think both models did pretty darn well, but you are going to start noticing some annoying things that is just plaguing Kling 3.0 right now, and one of them is the audio in lip sync. I used the same exact prompt. I didn't use any image inputs whatsoever. I just typed the same thing for both the actual models, and this is the result that I got. Additionally, Kling tends to do a lot of weird framing. I'm not sure what's going on with that. This one right here, I didn't really direct it to, change anything. They just let it do its thing. All right, so that being said, the winner for this one for me is Seedance 2.0. I mean, overall average with sound, audio, and stuff like that. It was just much cleaner. Kling 3.0 hallucinates a lot of the dialogue for some odd reason, and the lip sync isn't just there yet. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be testing out is fire. I was curious to know what fire looks like. Now, for this test, I actually used an image that I got from Nano Banana for both the models. So, image to video with a little bit of prompt, right? Telling it, hey, I want a match to drop on it, and it just starts the fire, okay? So, let's play. This is Kling 3.0 right now. You saw that there was a little match that fell. And the smoke started, and then the hand just kind of went in there, which is kind of weird. So honestly, what I'm curious about to see here is how the fire starts. When the fire got started, it looked pretty good, but just the procedural of the fire starting was just a little wonky for me. It was just weird. Additionally, with the hand kind of going in there, it was weird. And you see right here, this fire started right here, but there's no connection, especially back here. I don't know if you grill a lot, but the fire should kind of procedurally go from here to outer instead of just it magically appearing at the back there. All right, so here's Seedance 2.0. Match, lands, because I actually specifically said it in the prompt as well, the match landing. The fire starts, boom. Now, it kind of looks like I poured like lighter fluid on the newspaper. Clearly, I did not. But I did tell it to kind of burst into flames. And kind of like what we noticed with Kling, the lack of is the transition from this side in the middle to the left. So as you can see right here, it's on fire. This catches, and you can actually see it starting to animate the smoke right here. It catches here and then goes at the end. That's a better transition than just starting in the middle and then, just catching on fire at the very end, which is kind of strange with Kling 3.0. So overall, again, Seedance 2.0 is going to have to take this one. Also, you see some nice smoke kind of going out. And the fire, that looks really good. If you to simulate that in a 3D software, we're talking crazy render times. All right, so for this next test, I wanted to see how waves would look between these two systems. So I fed it an image, just a still image of this right here. And then I just kind of let it do its thing. So this is Kling 3.0 right now. Play back. Not bad. It didn't do too bad. But next one is going to be Seedance right here. All right, here's Seedance. Boom. I don't know. It's kind of close, but I just feel like the way you can kind of, this is Kling again, right? It's looping now. You can kind of see right here, it's just, I don't know, just something artificial about that right here. I feel like with Seedance 2.0, the water, it's just more refined. You know, if you look, like right now, you look right here, it's just like they're breaking apart, very random. And even like the spray, I used to fish a lot in this kind of scenario, and there's usually, when the water splashes, there's like the mist comes right after it, and you can see that clearly right there. It's such a subtle change and detail, but it sells it. All right, again, I'm gonna play that back. You're gonna see it slap, boom, and then the mist goes right after it. You can almost feel that mist slapping you in the face right after that wave. But yeah, that being said, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm testing these two systems right now because these are the top two at the moment. You know, Seedance 2.0, Kling 3.0, and then you got VO3, like kind of third, in my opinion. If you know any other better options, well, let me know and we'll test it out. So with that said, did y'all pretty much feel the same way as far as, you know, who won or whatever? If not, let me know in the comments below. And until then, see y'all in the next one. Peace out.